What's up everybody, my name is Greidi Ajalik and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to share about 6 salary negotiation tips for software engineers, or really anyone who wants some salary negotiation tips. So make sure you hit that like button, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and without further ado, let's get started. These tips are based on my experience and what I've noticed and personally tried out for salary negotiations for my software engineering or any type of engineering positions that I've actually held. Which leads me to my first point. Know your worth. This is so important. A lot of people don't know what they should be paid, and if they do, they're afraid to say it or will settle for the first number they're offered. So do your research to find out what your software engineering position in your area should pay. Take into account the years of experience you have as well. Also make sure you come up with a list of reasons why you should deserve a better starting salary. This is time for you to brag why you would be an amazing software engineer. Now that you have your list of why you're such an amazing software engineer, you want to use it when making a counter offer. You want to say something like this: I'd like to counter X amount because I'm such an amazing software engineer. Because I have several years of experience in leading software teams and writing clean and maintainable code in Python and C++, or something in those lines. Just be sure to emphasize that you would be a highly valuable asset to them. Avoid saying things that are purely personal, like I want a higher salary because I just bought a new yacht and I can't afford it otherwise, so yeah. Anyways, be prepared and do not get ripped off. Number 2 is avoid giving a specific salary number or a range you would want. You can do this by saying that you would rather not share it at this point of time and you would trust that they would make a competitive offer. Or you can say that we can always revisit this at a later time because currently I really want to focus on actually figuring out if I would be a good fit for the team in the first place. So let's leave the numbers for later on. If you do give a number or range, it makes you tied to it, and it can be hard to actually negotiate higher from there on. If the hiring manager or recruiter absolutely insists that they need one, give a range so that the lowest number would be the highest number you would be really happy with based on the current market rates in your area. Anytime you give a salary range, I guarantee you they will make an offer based on the lowest number you gave them. When they make you that offer, be sure to counter offer and say something like, well, I gave you the salary range, so I was really hoping that we could meet in the middle of that range. That way, you have a little bit more leverage. And when you do mention that you want to end up in the mid-range, you want to specify that why you deserve that salary, which ties to the previous point I was saying. Have that list of why you deserve that salary. So if you don't know why you should be getting that salary range, why should they give you that? So be ready to brag about yourself. Anytime you make a counteroffer, any case you make a counteroffer, say because of this, and also mention that you're highly interested in this position. Another idea here is to get ahead of the salary range question by asking how much the position pays or what is the salary range for this position in the first place. This way you might be able to get an approximate idea how much they can actually pay in this position. Number 3, do not give your current salary number or any benefits you might have at your current company. It is actually against the law for employers to ask such a question in some states, such as New York State. So if they do ask something like that, you just want to politely turn them away and just say like, you know, I'd rather not discuss this. I don't think that's something I should be discussing at this point, or it is actually anything that I should be discussing in the first place. And if they ghost you after that, there's a reason why they're ghosting you, because they wanted to know how much you're making right now, and they wanted to undercut you and not pay you enough what you should be actually getting paid for your years of experience and things you're doing. So again, I can't emphasize this enough. Do not give your salary number or any benefits you might have. Don't do that. Number 4, have another job offer in your hand. If you have multiple job offers, you have a little bit more leverage over negotiating your salary. During your interviews, you can say things like, I'm in the process of multiple interviews right now, and I've received already offers from other positions, but I would really like to work here, and like stuff like that. But do not mention anything specific about the offers. Don't say like, oh, they're paying me this much, like I want this much money from you guys. Don't say any numbers. Like, Don't mention, just say like, okay, I got an offer and I'm still looking for it because I haven't found the right place, but I think this would be a really great fit for me. So you want to really emphasize that you really want to work for them. Sometimes the hiring manager actually asks you if you're interviewing for other positions as well. And you can always talk about it and mention that, yeah, you're doing that. And if you have other offers, be sure to mention that you have other offers, but you're still looking for that right position, and reaffirm that you're highly interested in it, in this current position that you're interviewing for. So that's kind of like a negotiation technique during your interview phase as well. So in a case, if you have another offer in hand from another company, and the company you really want to work for finally makes an offer, and you want to counter offer and they're not really willing to budge at all, I would say that use it as one of the last resorts, that, hey, I have another offer from this company, but really the salary and benefits isn't really anywhere close to what they are offering, but I would really want to work for you guys. Would you guys be able to go this much higher to this point? And I would be able to accept the offer at that point. This way you can leverage that there's other companies interested in you. If they don't make this choice of paying you a little bit more of what you're asking, then they're gonna lose you, because you have other options. So they're not in control, you're in control. You have other options. But again, it's really hard, in my opinion, to time that you would actually get those offers at the same time. So that might be a challenging part to it. You can sometimes try to delay one offer just to like wait out what you're gonna hear back from the company that you would really want to work for. So I would say that go ahead and give it a try if you are in a situation like this. But having too many offers is always good. You have so much more leverage, which shows that a lot of employers want you. A lot of employers want you. And that tells other employers that you're applying for or like interviewing with that you are wanted man and you've done well on their interviews, so you might be a good fit for their team as well. Again, and anytime you do pull a stunt like this, make sure you emphasize why you would be a good fit for the position, right? Like, and say that you're highly interested in the position and so on. You want to make sure you don't come off rude with saying, like, mentioning these things like you have another offer, they're offering much better stuff and so on. You want to be careful and sensitive about that stuff. Yeah, like you could really come off rude, like if you say something like, oh, like they're offering me $40,000 more, and like you guys don't even put in the money to like hire an engineer. This is like rude stuff. So you want to be respectful for that hiring manager, the recruiters, and anyone involved in that party. Don't burn out those bridges. You don't know, maybe 10 years down the road, that recruiter is looking a candidate for your dream job or something like that, and they're not going to consider you because you were extremely rude to them. So they most likely will remember if someone is rude to them. So just be respectful of things you're saying and doing, and in any of these tips that I'm mentioning. Number 5, salary negotiation isn't just about base salary. You can also negotiate personal time off, bonuses, salary reviews, ability to work from home, and stock options. And there's probably something else that I left off of the list, but basically anything is negotiable. If your new employer doesn't have the capability to go up in base salary, and they're just like, we're just like maxed out on our budget, like, and obviously hiring managers have budgets, they can't go over those numbers, you can turn into personal time off, bonuses, and stuff like that, or salary reviews. So you could do 2 salary reviews instead of 1 salary review on the first year. That could guarantee you 2 salary bumps in 1 year, which is really good. From my personal experience, you want to make sure you get at least 15 days of PTO. Honestly, 10 days of PTO is too little. And I don't think it's competitive enough in this industry right now, or in this time period. It might have been like 10 years ago for 10 days of PTO in the United States, but 15 to 20 days, I think that's a good range. You should aim for that for entry-level position. Mid-senior level positions, you want to go for like 20 days. I had a position where I only had 10 days of PTO, and honestly, I felt like burnt out all the time. I didn't get enough time off. I didn't have the opportunities to go and do those vacations that I want to. I think that's a really important part for me to be a successful engineer, to have that personal time off and actually switch modes and just not do work for some period of time and relax and spend time with my wife, spend time with my family, travel. Sometimes they will offer you sign-on bonuses instead of the base salary increases you asked. You can always renegotiate that by saying that you would rather take the base salary increase than the bonuses. The reason why is you want higher salaries because all your other raises are typically a percentage that based on that base salary you initially got. So if you plan on staying with a company for a longer time, it will be worth it. Number 6, seal the deal. People who are hiring love to hear things like, if we can meet at X number, I will sign the offer right away. You can use this when doing a counteroffer. Just so you put in the counteroffer and you say that, you know, if we can settle at this number, I'm gonna sign the offer right away, essentially just revise the offer and just send it back to me and I'm on board. Usually stuff like this just gets the hiring manager excited. They know like if they revise the offer with the expected counteroffer number, you're on board and there's no more dealing with like trying to hire some other person or anything like that. So that's a good thing to say usually. So if you're sure you want to work for that specific company, you can use this method to seal the deal essentially. And if you have any cool tips to share with other people, please feel free to do that in the comment section below. That would be awesome to share it with this community so that people, when they're changing jobs and they're changing careers, they can get the right salary that they deserve. So always know your worth, and thank you for watching this video. I truly appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel, and keep up the good work, and I'll see you next time.